maneuver. Both vehicles flying at 17,500 miles per hour. And we're just seconds away from converging on waypoint 0, standing by for that approach maneuver.
Dragon, SpaceX on the big loop. Approach 0 has started and the trajectory has converged on waypoint 1. You can expect arrival at waypoint 1 at 1025 UTC.
SpaceX Freedom, we'll copy.
And with that, the teams have confirmed a good approach 0. That was a good burn, and we're converged onto the next waypoint, waypoint 1, being 220 meters right in front of the International Space Station. The read from the crew operations resource engineer to the crew aboard Dragon Freedom confirms that we're looking at 4:25 a.m. Central Time for that expected arrival time at waypoint 1. Again, the teams have polled a go, no-go for passing those two waypoints, waypoint 0 and waypoint 1. So we'll see a maneuver very similar to what we've seen for waypoint 0, where once we reach that waypoint, the approach maneuver will be immediately executed. No hold is expected. However, teams will continue to monitor their performance. Everything's looking good so far. From inside the Dragon cabin, you can see sort of the trajectory. When you look at these trajectories from the displays inside Dragon, what is being calculated in real time are different breakout maneuvers. But right now the plan is to proceed past waypoint 1 and go ahead and command that hold. You can sort of see, though it is in a slightly lower resolution, you can sort of see the docking light on the forward end of Dragon. It has this pulsing phenomenon, and as it pulses, is illuminating the International Space Station. What you're seeing is the forward end of the space station. So the docking port is coming into view as we're almost 3 minutes from that docking axis. It's the forward port, but the docking light itself is illuminating the outside of the station as we continue over in an orbital nighttime over the Pacific Ocean. Now we're listening into the flight control teams. Wanted to report some rationale. Again, we're proceeding past waypoint 1 about 2 minutes from now. This 10 minutes allows the Spartan console here in Mission Control Houston. Spartan is responsible for power and thermal monitoring of the space station systems, looking at some temperature fluctuations in the solar arrays, just wanting those to dampen out just a tad, and so we can expect a
Dragon,
hold.
SpaceX on the big loop, noting approach 1 and soft capture ring extension will begin shortly, and then ground will command the hold ahead of 150 meters. And a reminder that manual impulsive retreat recovery is not permitted.
Copy all, SpaceX.
Dragon Freedom, SpaceX on the big loop. Please confirm that you are ready for final approach and visors are down. MCCX and Houston have pulled go for docking.
SpaceX Freedom, confirm all 4 crew visors down. We're ready for docking.
Copy, Dragon, go for docking. Ground will be enabling approach shortly. And a reminder, once you're inside the crew hands-off point, retreat and breakout are not permitted.
Copy.
Flight control teams reporting that the rate of approach is as expected. Everything's going well. And again, the teams have pulled go to proceed past waypoint 2, coming up in about 10 meters. We're inside 30 meters. Now getting some views of Dragon. In the orbital nighttime, you can see those service section Dracos firing to keep its attitude right on the docking axis and its range rate as expected. Green starboard light and red port light, navigation lights on the forward end of Dragon coming into view. Again, we are in an orbital nighttime, so it is a bit dark. Those specks you see in the frame are dead pixels from the radiation on the camera. Confirmed waypoint 2 arrival. Dragon is now pausing and reconfiguring for its approach to the docking port.
Station Houston on the big loop. Drag is on final approach and is go for docking. Monitor per steps 5 and 6 and 1.102. Dragon approach and retreat monitoring.
Station copies. We see vehicle mode approach to docking port, range decreasing.
We copy.
The waypoint 2 pause is over, and we're proceeding with final approach, now inside 18 meters from the International Space Station.
Expected.
Copy.
SpaceX Freedom is at 10 meters.
Copy 10.
Dragon Commander Michael Lopez-Alegria confirming inside at 10 meters. Dragon continuing its approach as expected. We may see a brief handover, a loss of video for just a couple of seconds and regain it. There's a chance we'll have it continuously through this, but if we do lose it, we will expect to regain it back by the time of contact.
Five meters.
Copy 5 meters.
Inside 5 meters at the 2 meter mark, we may hear the call out chop, crew hands off procedure. At that point, the crew cannot command an abort. Everything looking good though. Inside 4 meters.
Two meters.
Copy 2.
Loss of signal as expected.
Dragon SpaceX soft capture
Contact.
confirmed.
You heard that call out from the Crew Operations Resource Engineer in Hawthorne, California, 4:42 a.m. Central Time. Dragon Freedom has made contact and soft capture with the International Space Station as the two were flying together 262 statute miles over the South Pacific Ocean.
Ring retraction in progress.
Ring retraction proceeding as expected, getting views from one of the cameras on the Japanese exposed facility on the forward end of the space station, seeing the starboard side of the Dragon. As we continue to monitor the progress of this ring retraction, now getting some sun illuminating the nadir or Earth-facing side, and now the whole thing of Dragon Freedom. Sun is rising over the South Pacific Ocean as Dragon and International Space Station continue to fly on a southeastern trajectory.
SpaceX Freedom, you may come on board and we're opening the hatch.
Copy that, Freedom.
We should be seeing some of the private astronaut mission crew
SpaceX
members.
Freedom on the big loop. We are complete with 4-400 entering ISS.
Copy that, Freedom. Welcome aboard.
Coming together first through the hatches, Marcus Wandt and Alper Gezeravci of Sweden and Turkey, respectively, being greeted by the crew of Expedition 70. The two are followed by Walter Villadei, pilot of the Dragon Freedom. Last coming into the International Space Station, Commander Michael Lopez-Alegria. "11 crew members representing 7 nations now on board the International Space Station.